Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm going to be working on a mini album for my Go Wild experience. And I'm going to attempt to mainly use supplies that I received at Go Wild. So the plan is, this is a journal that I received from Zebra. I think it was during the Go Wild crop. I have the journal. I have a ton of stickers that are kind of Go Wild themed from various companies and various contact cards. I have some different pieces over here that I'm planning on using, just lots of little things, and then a whole big stack of pictures. So I'm going to put all of these together in a fun mini album, and I thought I would bring you guys along while I started working on it. All right, let's go. So I had plans to use this notebook that was given to us at the conference, but I wanted to kind of upcycle it, kind of give it a little bit of a makeover. And I have this beautiful piece of purple leather. Purple is one of the main colors of Go Wild, and so I wanted to kind of change up the cover and use that purple. And it's a little bit difficult to cut through leather. I'm sure those of you that are scissor connoisseurs are probably yelling at your screens about me using these scissors on this leather. I do eventually figure it out, and I use a straight edge later on, but I started out just cutting a basic rectangle that will cover the size. My initial thought was that I was going to wrap the edges with the leather, but as I started going, I realized that I could trim along the edges and get kind of a cleaner look, which was what I was going for. So you can see I'm kind of cutting it in half. I'm going to add another little notch right here. This is when I'm still thinking I will wrap around the edges, and I do end up changing my mind. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac glue to attach the leather to the outside of this particular notebook, and then I will use a razor blade, a straight edge, to cut the leather off around the sides. Now, when I use the Fabri-Tac, I do go ahead, I put plenty on, and then I use my finger to smooth it out, just so that it has good thin coverage. It'll be fully adhered, and it should be pretty strong in the future. I add the glue on both sides, and then I actually take this book and I press it underneath my laptop. You just need something heavy on the top, and I do that for 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there, just to make sure that everything dries. Fabri-Tac dries pretty fast, and so I just wanted to make sure it was secure before I started cutting. So this will get the leather on the notebook. This is such a fabulous way to upcycle different notebooks. You can buy notebooks at the Dollar Tree, you can buy notebooks, cheap notebooks anywhere, and you can give it its own flair by adding fabric or leather or something fun on the outside. So here I am with my straight edge cutting around the side. I love creating traveler's notebooks like this. Now, I realize this is not a traveler's notebook size, but when you're creating a mini album using or for a travel or a trip that you've taken, using a bunch of the elements that you got during that trip, including, geez, anything from napkins and maps and business cards and matchbooks, all kinds of things. I think it just makes it special. So using some of the materials that I received at Go Wild, like this notebook as the base, really just brings it all back. It's a good memory, and it's a good reminder of what that trip meant to me. The blue on the inside of the notebook also really didn't go with the color scheme I was going to go with, so I decided to cover that up with black cardstock. Now, my question for you all is, should I put something around the edges of this notebook? My first inclination would be to do something like pom-pom trim or something like that. That might be a little over the top for what I want this notebook to be. I'm also planning on looking for some fun letters that could go on the front of the notebook. I don't have them yet because I was just inspired to add the leather at the last second, so I'll have to look around. You'll have to check out my next video with this mini album when I finish it out to see what I find to add a title to the front. So right now, I mean, it works with this black cardstock and with the leather and kind of the clean edge. I'm just wondering if you think I should add some sort of finishing touch to the edges of that notebook. To clean up and protect the inside edge right here, I'm going to use some Simply Gilded washi tape. This is actually some of the washi tape that my friend Amanda and I bought to give as presents for our table mates. So Go Wild is a planning conference it was in Anaheim, California this year. It happens every year. It hasn't happened for the past 2 years because of COVID. So it switches locations each time. My friend Amanda and I flew out to California. Part of the tradition is that on the Saturday of the conference, people exchange table mate gifts, and we did that, and we had this whole packet of Happy Planner supplies and Simply Gilded washi, and so there were a couple extra rolls, so I took a roll home to use, and it is the perfect accent for the beginning of my notebook. On the first day of the conference, you choose a table to sit at. Each table is sponsored by a different company, and I chose to sit at the Planners Anonymous table, and it had a Go Wild themed kind of package for us. A lot of planner supplies, a lot of great stickers, and that is going to form the basis of this particular memory album. What I love about doing mini albums like this that are more Traveler's Notebook style is you don't have to think of doing a full-on scrapbook page. You are just getting mementos down in an album and leaving room for journaling. And you're going to see that as I go. So this is a great title page. I don't have to do anything else on it. It doesn't have to have every single space covered with paper. I always love to do interactive elements, and that's what I'm doing right here. I will fold down this page and cut it off and then use it to create a pocket behind the front page. That way I can add some little mementos, and I'll probably include a few other pockets and little hidden treasures in other parts. So this is the back of that card that I just cut apart. I figured I would have lots of room to journal on the back. I wanted to journal at the beginning about the plans for going to Go Wild, how it came about, how Amanda ended up coming with me, you know, what our feelings were as we were headed out. Spoiler report, we were both super anxious and nervous to go. In the end, it was a lot of fun, but the anxiety leading up to Go Wild was real and intense. So I'm going to add this little pocket right here. I thought that'd be a nice kind of opening to the journal. I will be doing all my journaling off camera. I just figured you guys maybe don't want to see me write forever. And I'm back to using my tape gun. So I have found a few more rolls of tape. I still heard a rumor that they are not making this tape gun anymore and they're not making this tape. And so I'll still be searching for some great adhesive, but I did find a couple rolls, so I'm going to use it for this project because it's a really strong adhesive. These pages are not going in page protectors, and whenever you create an album like that, you want to be really generous with your adhesive just so that you know it can stand the test of time. All right, so at the conference, people exchanged contact cards, and those were cards that often had their social media handles and would include maybe a few stickers, a few decorations, things like that. I did have business cards and things that I shared as well, and those contact cards were perfect for using in this memory album. There's lots of little stickers, so I picked out all the ones that had the Go Wild color scheme to them or a Go Wild theme to them. Right now, these are stickers from one of the Planners Anonymous sticker sheets that was at my table. So have the title Go Wild. I love these people. Perfect. We'll put them right there. And then planner friends make the best friends. And I'll just kind of lift up her little heel. I had a little bit of trouble getting it up. I probably should have planned ahead a little bit, but I make it happen. So lift up her heel, and then she's going to be right over the top of the planner friends, make the best friends, and that little pocket area will be done. So that is all ready to go. Now this sweet little card over here, again, one of the other freebies that we got as part of the swag on the back of that, that'll be our picture at the airport when we are getting ready to take off, ready to go on our adventure. So that'll be all about our travel day. We started at 4:30 in the morning. It was a little bit crazy. I'm going to go ahead throughout this album and mat all of the pictures on black cardstock. I think that will help bring the album together. When you're doing a small album like this, you definitely want to have some sort of consistency so that there's, you know, something that happens on every page, and that kind of helps bring it all together. I'm trying to look at all of the supplies I have to see what will work. I'm just going to keep it pretty simple on this page. These are stickers from Live Love Posh that were handed out as part of our swag, and so I'm it tore just a little bit. But I'm going to put a few corner stickers here just to frame out the page. And again, the goal for this is to leave lots of room for journaling, for just telling the story of this trip. This was my first time going to Go Wild. I'm not really someone that would opt for something like this. I'm more of an introvert, and so this was a big jump for me. And so I thought it would be great to document the whole adventure, because it really was a lot of fun. I love this little airplane, you guys. Look how cute that is. That is from the contact card of one of my squad mates, Diana. She is on the Happy Planner squad with me. So we'll add that little airplane since that's going to be a travel day. And then I'm going to make this postcard a tip in. And what it means to make something a tip in means you really create a hinge using washi tape right here. So I'll put washi tape there and washi tape on the back so that postcard can flip back and forth. And that way there's lots of room underneath to add journaling. I can add a few more stickers in some different places. I love this particular sticker. We'll add that to add some detail over there. And then I'll pull out a pen to add a little bit more pen detail. I do find some stickers that say llama wood. So llamas are one of the themes of the planner world, one of the mascots. I don't totally know why, because I'm newer to the planner world, but llamas are quite the thing. So llama wood there, and just a little bit of doodling to show that that airplane is taking off and ready to go. I'll then go ahead and mirror that doodling on the bottom just so that there's a consistency, and that page will be ready to add journaling. All right, so the next page we are going to take a look at when we arrived. We immediately went shopping, something we love to do at Downtown Disney. So once again, matting it on black cardstock. Before I sit down to work on this album again, I'll probably just go ahead and take all the pictures in advance and do some black cardstock. So there's a ton of stickers in this Planner Anonymous pack, and these stickers are meant for planners, but that doesn't mean you can't use them in other ways. So in the same way that I can take stickers that are not meant for planners and use them in my planning projects, I can take stickers that are meant for planners and use them in other projects. So this one will be a great kind of anchor up here, and then I'll do the matching one over here on the bottom of this page for the beginning of registration, which was on Thursday. We flew out on Wednesday. We got there on Wednesday, and you can see how when we're using all of these different sticker sheets, it's awesome that they're all in the same color scheme because they just work so well. So this is from Live Love Posh, super cute, and I'll use one more of her stickers right over there. Jessica from Live Love Posh is awesome, so that'll be right there. And then love this, just to show that we were at Downtown Disney. Little Mickey or Minnie ears, and it says Go Wild. Perfect. And then I have some pictures of meeting some members of the Happy Planner squad, and I'll just add a little bit of tape, mat those. It was so fun to finally meet people in real life that you've been talking to online. It was really cool to meet a lot of different creators, a lot of different planners. I think maybe my favorite part was when people came up to me and told me they actually watched my YouTube channel, which was just kind of mind-blowing. And I took several pictures with people, and it meant the world to meet like real life people that watch this channel. Was just so crazy. All right, when you're working on mini albums like this, I just like to keep it really simple. I don't like to pull out a million different kinds of supplies. We're just gonna keep it really simple. So I'm gonna do a lot of doodling in this particular album just to add some extra interest, because the main stickers I'm planning on using and the main decorations would be the stickers that I received at Go Wild that have that same color scheme. I also got a lot of different washi at Go Wild that has the color scheme, and so that's what we're gonna go with. And you can see I just have fun putting the stickers in different places. It's fun to get to use these different contact cards, and every time I use it, I can go and look and follow that particular person, which is pretty awesome. Little llama right there. Love all of these. It's just so cute. It was so fun exchanging cards with people, and there's some fantastic sticker creators out there for sure. So that page is done. Let's add a little bit more for the next page. Again, this is all registration day, checking out the different vendors that were there. This one says Wild Notes. Perfect. We'll add that. I had a little bit of trouble getting it off of the sheet. So there we go. There it goes. It was just not totally cut all the way through, so I had to kind of use my fingers. Wild Notes will arrange all of these on here, and again, it'll be lots of little places to just put names of people and what it felt like meeting them. This is some washi tape from Live Love Posh, adding that on to cut off the page a little bit and bring in that red color because that was not in the Wild Notes. And we'll add some on the bottom and then kind of nestle all of those pictures across the page. Trim and trim. So these are going to be super simple, and that's what I like about mini albums, specifically vacation albums and travel albums. A lot of times I create a travel album while I'm traveling. I bring just a few supplies. I'll bring a little mini printer and I'll do it while I'm traveling. That's what I did when my husband and I went to Italy. I took the evenings as we were kind of decompressing and relaxing from the day, and I would do a few pages here and there, or I would sit at a cafe and work. And it's so fun to put these together. They're simple and easy, and they're a great way to remember a trip. All right, here's another example. These are planner stickers. You have to do and checklists. And I can do little lists on this page, like what did we do at registration? What were the vendors? Adding a little bit of doodling just to add some extra interest in there. And I'll add several checklists across this page. Again, repurposing these stickers, but they're still going to work really well for my purpose, which would be making lists of things that happened, people I met, companies that I was interested in, things like that. Now, I still have quite a few pictures to document after this. I just wanted to show you kind of the setup of how my mini album was going. I will probably have a video in a couple weeks where I finish up the album and show you a full flip through. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Let me know if you have ever upcycled a notebook like this. It feels pretty awesome with the leather. Like I feel like I am using a really nice scrapbook, so I like that I was able to do that. I will link supplies and things like that down below, so be sure to check for those links. I want to give a huge shout out to my Scrappy Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means the world to me. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.